The mystery of the stolen heart. There is a moment in almost every great love story that defies logic. It's not the first kiss, and it's not the declaration of love. It is the moment of quiet realization. The moment you look at someone and think, I have fallen for them. Or perhaps more mysteriously, I think they have fallen for me. We often talk about love as something we fall into, as if we accidentally trip over a crack in the sidewalk. But the truth is far more complex and fascinating. The initial stages of attraction aren't usually announced with grand gestures or poetic confessions. They are silent, they are subtle, and if you know what to look for, they are perfectly visible. Welcome. Today, we are diving deep into the psychology of love to uncover the 3 silent signs that you have stolen someone's heart. We aren't talking about the obvious flirting or the blatant "I like you" texts. We are talking about the unconscious, psychological shifts that occur when someone begins to form a deep attachment to you. These are the signs they probably don't even know they are showing. To understand these signs, we have to first reframe what it means to steal a heart. In popular culture, the thief of hearts is often depicted as a slick, charming manipulator, what Dr. George Simon calls the emotional Romeo. These are people who seek to possess your affection without doing the work of genuine loving. They want the prize of your devotion without earning it, but that is not what we are discussing today. The kind of heart stealing we are talking about is organic. It happens when your very existence becomes a necessity for someone else's emotional equilibrium. It happens when you become, psychologically speaking, a safe harbor. When someone's subconscious mind decides that you are home, we will be exploring 3 distinct, research-backed phenomena today. First, the language of the body that words cannot lie about. Second, the strange and uncomfortable phenomenon of unconscious mimicry and emotional contagion. And third, the most vulnerable sign of all, the granting of access. The moment they let you see the cracks in the armor. But before we get to the signs, we have to lay a little groundwork. Because love doesn't happen in a vacuum. It happens in the subconscious. The subconscious template of love. Why do we fall for the people we fall for? If you ask someone why they love their partner, they might list qualities: kind, funny, smart, attractive. But psychologists who study attachment and psychodynamics will tell you that those conscious reasons are often just the tip of the iceberg. The real drivers are buried beneath the surface in what experts call the hidden patterns of love. According to clinical psychology, the templates for our adult relationships are laid down astonishingly early, sometimes as early as the first year of life. We develop attachment styles based on our caregivers, secure, anxious, or avoidant. As adults, we are often drawn not to the people who make us most happy in a logical sense, but to people who feel familiar. We are drawn to those who replicate the emotional landscapes of our childhood. Why? Because we are creatures of comfort, and familiarity, even if it was painful, feels like comfort. Researcher Nasir Gilani notes that we unconsciously try to repeat our relationship templates to give them a better ending this time. We seek out the dynamic that hurt us, hoping to heal it. This is where the concept of stealing a heart gets its power. When someone steals your heart, they aren't just checking boxes on a list of good traits. They are slotting perfectly into your unconscious template. They feel like the one because they feel like the past, but with a glimmer of a better future. This is also why love can feel so disorienting. It bypasses the logical brain, the neocortex, and speaks directly to the limbic system, the emotional center. As author Alain de Botton suggests, the first question we should ask a potential partner isn't, "What do you do for a living?" but rather, "How are you crazy? And how am I crazy? And are our crazies compatible?" So, when someone's heart is being stolen, their logical mind is fighting a losing battle against a subconscious that is screaming, "This person matters." And that subconscious screams through the body, through behavior, and through vulnerability. Let's look at the first silent sign. Silent sign number 1, the non-verbal leakage of attraction. Words are easy to control. We can say, "I'm fine," when we are falling apart. We can say, "We're just friends," when we are secretly pining. But the body is a terrible liar. In the 1970s, researcher David B. Givens explored what he called the non-verbal basis of attraction. He argued that before we had language, we had courtship rituals written into our DNA. These signals, he found, are universal and culture-free. When someone's heart is turning toward you, their body begins a process of what Givens calls submissive affiliative signaling. Now, don't let the word submissive scare you. In an evolutionary context, this isn't about being a doormat. It's about signaling, I am not a threat, I am approachable, I am safe. So, what does this look like? First, look at the angle of the body. In a group setting, we generally point our torsos toward the person we are most interested in. It's called body orientation. If you catch someone with their feet and chest pointed directly at you, even if they are pretending to listen to someone else, that is a silent sign. Their body has already chosen its target. Second, look at the hands and the face. Givens documented specific gestures like the head tilt and the exposing of the palms or the wrists. In the animal kingdom, exposing a vulnerable part of the body, like the throat or the underside, is a sign of trust. When someone tilts their head while listening to you, they are unconsciously exposing their neck to you. They are saying, "I trust you not to bite." Third, and most powerfully, is the eyes. There is a reason we call it a gaze. When someone is falling for you, their eyes perform a specific dance. They will look at you, hold the gaze a second longer than socially necessary, and then look away. But it's what happens during the looking away that matters. Often the eyes will glance down and to the side, sometimes accompanied by a slight smile. This is a pacifying gesture. It's a way of managing the sudden rush of vulnerability that comes from intense eye contact. In the modern compilation of research edited by Robert J. Sternberg, Nonverbal Communication in Close Relationships, these signals are described as the secret language of intimacy. They argue that because we can lie with words, we have evolved to rely on these nonverbal cues to gauge true intent. You cannot fake the dilation of a pupil. You cannot fake the unconscious wetting of the lips when you are nervous. You cannot fake the subtle rise in body temperature that leads someone to remove a jacket in your presence, even if it's cold. If you notice someone consistently mirroring your physical state, leaning in when you lean in, crossing their legs when you cross yours, you are witnessing something called the chameleon effect. We unconsciously mimic those we like. It is an ancient bonding mechanism that says we are the same tribe. So the first silent sign is this. They are showing you with their body what they cannot yet say with their mouth. They are exposing their vulnerabilities to you, their necks, their palms, their soft gaze, because their subconscious has already decided you are safe. But the body is just the beginning. The next sign digs deeper into the realm of emotional energy. Silent sign number 2, the invisible tether, emotional contagion and prioritization. Have you ever noticed that when you are in a bad mood, a specific person seems to absorb that mood? Or perhaps you've experienced the opposite. You walk into a room feeling flat, but the moment a particular person smiles at you, your entire day lifts. This is not just coincidence. This is emotional contagion, and it is one of the most powerful signs that a deep bond has formed. When someone steals your heart, they don't just occupy your thoughts, they occupy your nervous system. You become tethered to them. Psychologist Vivian Zayas from Cornell University has explored how our unconscious minds react to our partners. Her research shows that for people in healthy, attached relationships, the mere thought of their partner, or even seeing their name flash on a screen, spontaneously activates positive, non-conscious feelings. But it goes deeper than that. These non-conscious evaluations predict the health of a relationship better than what people consciously say. Now, apply this to the phase where a heart is being stolen. If someone is falling for you, your emotional state begins to directly regulate theirs. You might notice this in their behavior. Perhaps you had a rough day. You're a little short, a little quiet. The person who is silently falling for you won't just notice this. They will be affected by it. They will become slightly anxious, slightly subdued. Not because you did anything to them, but because your emotional state has disrupted their equilibrium. They are tethered to you. This leads to the second part of this sign, the unconscious prioritization of your needs. In the early stages of knowing someone, we are generally selfish with our time. We do things that benefit us. But when a heart begins to shift, there is a subtle reordering of priorities. They might find themselves going out of their way to solve a problem you mentioned in passing. They might remember a tiny detail, your favorite coffee order, the name of your childhood pet that you barely remember telling them. This isn't just good listening. This is a brain that has tagged you as important. Your information is being stored in a privileged, easily accessible mental file. When you mention you're stressed about a deadline, they don't just offer a generic "that sucks." 3 days later, they text you, "Good luck with that thing today." Dr. John DeMartini makes an important distinction here between infatuation and something deeper. Infatuation is often about what the person can do for you. It is a fantasy projection. But when the heart is truly engaged, the focus shifts. They derive genuine pleasure from your well-being, independent of their own gain. They feel joy when you win, even if they had nothing to do with it. They feel pain when you struggle, even if it's inconvenient for them. The silent sign, then, is a loss of emotional autonomy. They are no longer an island. The weather patterns of your life have started to affect the climate of theirs. They may not have said, "I love you," but they are living as if your feelings are their feelings. However, there is one sign that trumps all others. It is the hardest to spot, because it requires us to look past the good times and into the moments of fracture. Silent sign number 3, the vulnerability window, access to the shadow self. We all wear masks. The social mask is what we show the world, the competent employee, the fun friend, the put-together human. We guard our shadow self, the parts of us we are ashamed of, the fears, the anxieties, the quirks, very carefully. We only let people see behind the mask when we trust them implicitly. Therefore, the third and most potent silent sign that you have stolen someone's heart is this. They let you see them fall apart. Or more accurately, they let you see the messy, unfinished, unpolished version of themselves. This is counterintuitive. When we think of attraction, we think of highlight reels. We think of first dates where everyone is on their best behavior. But Roy F. Baumeister, in his landmark book, Breaking Hearts, The Two Sides of Unrequited Love, explored the dynamics of the heart from both sides. One of the key findings was that deep emotional bonds are forged not in moments of strength, but in moments of shared vulnerability. Think about your closest friends. Chances are, the friendship solidified during a crisis. It was the 2 a.m. phone call, the tearful confession, the admission of failure. The same applies to romantic love. If someone is falling for you, they will begin to unconsciously test you with small vulnerabilities. They might mention they are insecure about their laugh. They might admit they didn't get the promotion they wanted. They might let you see them when they are sick, without makeup, or exhausted. If you respond with kindness and acceptance, you pass the test. You prove that your affection is not conditional on their performance. This encourages them to open the door a little wider. The ultimate sign is when they show you their negative traits. Not the cute ones, but the difficult ones. Their pettiness, their jealousy, their deep-seated fear of abandonment, their anger. According to the psychodynamic view mentioned earlier, we are often afraid that if people see our true selves, the whole self with the shadow included, they will leave. So, when someone lets you witness their darkness and trusts that you will stay, they have essentially handed you the keys to their inner world. How you handle this moment determines everything. If you recoil, judge, or try to fix them, you signal that their true self is unacceptable. The door slams shut. But if you stay present, if you show them that their shadow doesn't scare you, you create a bond that is incredibly difficult to break. Dr. John DeMartini speaks about this in the context of true love. He argues that true love is not seeing only the upside of a person. It is the ability to perceive and love both sides of the individual. It's loving the strength and the weakness, the light and the dark. So the silent sign is not just that they are happy around you, it's that they are willing to be sad, angry, or broken around you. They trust you with their unguarded moments. They trust you with the parts of themselves they hide from the rest of the world. The paradox of the heartbreaker. Now we must address a difficult truth. Just because someone is showing these signs, the non-verbal leakage, the emotional tethering, the vulnerability, does not mean they are going to be a good partner. In fact, these signs can sometimes be the tools of the emotional Romeo we mentioned at the beginning. A skilled manipulator can mimic vulnerability. They can create the illusion of a deep bond through a tactic called love bombing, which mimics the intensity of emotional contagion. They can use eye contact and body language intentionally to seduce. So, how do you tell the difference between someone whose heart you have genuinely stolen and someone who is simply performing the role of the thief? The answer lies in consistency and time. A genuine stolen heart will show these signs consistently, especially when no one is watching. The manipulator turns the charm on and off like a switch. The genuine article cannot turn it off. Furthermore, the thief of hearts archetype is interested in possession. They want to conquer you, add you to their trophy case. When you stop being a challenge, they lose interest. But when you have genuinely stolen someone's heart, your happiness remains their priority, even after the chase is over. Baumeister's research on unrequited love also reveals something fascinating about the rejecter, the person who is pursued but does not pursue back. Often the rejecter feels trapped, guilty, and experiences the situation more negatively than the heartbroken lover. If someone is genuinely interested in you, they will not make you feel trapped. They will make you feel chosen. They will create space for your autonomy while simultaneously drawing you closer. What happens when you notice the signs? So, you're listening to this, and perhaps a face is coming to mind. Maybe you're realizing that your friend, your partner, or that person you've been dating has been showing these signs. They angle their body toward you. They seem to absorb your moods. They told you a secret they've never told anyone else. What do you do with this information? First, you must practice self-awareness. According to the experts, the healthiest relationships occur when we make the unconscious conscious. If someone is showing you these signs, you have a responsibility to recognize the gravity of the situation. You are holding something fragile. If you share their feelings, the path is beautiful, but requires care. You must reciprocate the vulnerability. If they have shown you their shadow, you must show them yours. If they have tethered their emotions to you, you must be a stable anchor. Love is not just about receiving a stolen heart. It is about guarding it with respect. But what if you don't share their feelings? What if you notice these signs and realize you are the object of affection for someone you don't love back? This is the ethical dilemma of the heart. Knowing these signs gives you power, and with power comes responsibility. Leading someone on when you know their subconscious is deeply invested is a form of cruelty. The silent signs are a gift of trust. If you cannot honor that trust with reciprocation, you must honor it with clarity. It is kinder to gently disrupt the tether than to let it tighten around a wound that hasn't healed. The silence after the theft. We began by talking about the moment of realization in a love story. The quiet moment when you know something has shifted. What we've learned today is that this moment is not magic, though it feels like it. It is psychology. It is biology. It is the culmination of thousands of tiny unconscious signals finally breaking through the noise of our conscious minds. The 3 silent signs that you have stolen someone's heart are profound because they are involuntary. Sign 1 is the body's confession, the tilted head exposing the throat, the feet pointing your way in a crowded room, the lingering gaze that speaks before words are ready. They are showing you they trust you with their physical safety. Sign 2 is the emotional surrender. They feel what you feel. Your mood dictates theirs. They remember the small things because in their mind, nothing about you is small. You have become the regulator of their internal climate. Sign 3 is the gift of the shadow. They have let you see the cracks in the facade. They have shown you their pettiness, their fear, their sadness. They have trusted you not to run. To have your heart stolen is a vulnerable thing. But to be the thief, to be the person who inspires such trust, such devotion, such silent longing, is a position of immense responsibility. The psychology of love teaches us that we are not as in control as we think we are. We are driven by ancient templates, by limbic reactions, by the desperate need to be seen and accepted. So, if you are lucky enough to notice these signs, if you realize that someone has quietly, silently handed you their heart, handle it with care, because in a world where everyone is trying to build walls, the greatest compliment, the deepest sign of love, is letting you be the one they let inside. Thank you for listening.